Hello everyone, this is the Horseman Hot Dog, and I thought I'd make a little video today. It's about trading in Team Fortress 2, as you can see. Now, I was on a server, and I don't have much really. I don't even have one reclaimed, I just have 2 scrap metal right now. But what I do have is, I think I started off with like 5 weapons, and I got all these now. But I'll get to that later. But I'm not a very rich guy in Team Fortress 2, so I was on this trade server wanting to, trade stuff. So I found this really cool trick that actually really works good. Basically, you can just start with one weapon. Like, if you have your eternal reward, you can just start with that. Any weapon, and like, just it grows every time you trade. So what you do is you start off with like one weapon or a couple weapons. I prefer a couple weapons because then more people will want to trade with you when you have a couple weapons. And then you go into a random trade server and you either say, hey, I got these weapons in my backpack. If you give me 2 random weapons that you have or scrap metal, I will trade you any one of these weapons. So that basically means if they want your eternal reward, they're going to have to give you 2 of their random weapons or 1 scrap metal. And this benefits you because if you get 2 random weapons, then that means you can take one of those weapons and sell it for either 1 scrap or get 2 more weapons for that, and the cycle keeps going, basically. So if you get 2 weapons from the guy, you just gained a weapon there, and that's 1 more weapon you can sell. So say you don't get 2 weapons and you get a scrap metal. Well, that's okay because you can scrap bank. And for those of you who don't know what scrap banking it's when you take scrap metal and you say, hey, I'm scrap banking. And someone who knows what scrap banking is, they'll be like, oh, cool, I want to trade you. And you give them 1 scrap metal, and they give you 2 random weapons. So, again, with the 2 random weapons. Weapons or items. So, if you give them a scrap metal and they give you 2, like, random weapons or items, then that means you just gain 2 items that you can sell for either 1 scrap or 2 more items, and it just keeps going. So basically what I started out with here was, I think most of my items I sold, but I started out with a Natasha, Scottish Resistance, the Bizarre Bargain, and one more. I think I sold the other one, but I started off with like 4 weapons, and I got all this, and oh god. Sure, exit me out of Team Fortress 2. Anyways, I got all of these weapons and 2 scrap in, I don't know, not even an hour. I made it. It's so easy. Anyone can do it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'm gonna show you clips of me trading with someone using this method. Okay guys, this is what I mean. So I'm trading this guy my Bizarre Bargain, and he's gonna give me the direct hit in the original. So I just traded him.
Ah, you beat me.
Hold on.
Oh, you get that one set too? Definitely the bow.
The bow.
Instead of the crash.
The strange kind of Riskona is so hard to come by these days.
Okay. So the Jag, Big Earner, the original, and the direct hit. Now we make the trade. Now he could have also offered me 2 scraps for this,
Oh god.
but I'm taking the weps.
I was
Dude, I
getting
wanted,
shot.
dude, I wanted to help you today.
So that's what I
I was
mean
1-1.
by they trade you weapons. I just got 4 weapons from those 2 sniper weapons.
In
Got the
fact,
big
I'll do
earner,
one more trade
the
and then
original,
I'm
the
really
jag,
off to
and the
bed.
direct hit.
So one last time.
So,
My first test on the trade me.
yeah. Okay, this isn't the method that I was talking about, but it still is something. From the scrap I have, he's gonna give me 2 random weapons. And, see, that's 1, that's 2, and he's gonna trade me. This is called scrap banking.
Don't let me have you.
You give them a scrap, and they give you 2 weapons. Well, I think he wants 2 scraps. Okay, yeah. So each scrap that you give him, he gives you 2 weapons back, and that's really productive. So now we're ready to trade, and then we make the trade, and there we go. I just got the Spicicle, Darwin's Danger Shield, the Quick Fix, and the Lollychop. And I got all of them for just 2
Sweet,
scrap.
thanks, man.
And then I can take these items and I can resell them. So, yeah. Okay, right here, I am giving this kid my jag, and he's giving me a scrap metal. So yeah, I think that's all 3 points I wanted to prove in that video. So, I think from that time, I made 1 scrap and 4 weapons. 1 scrap and no, there must have been more than 4, but I at least made 1 scrap, and I have a few weapons to scrap bank if I want, or just sell. So as you can see, that's an effective method, and you just have to be patient with it. So, thanks for watching.